Okay, here's a little demo of how to use the Groove Agent SE software with samples. So over here in the right hand media browser, you have to click on the media tab here. I can open up like my samples folder or drums folder where I've got samples that I've downloaded or purchased from elsewhere. And if I say we open up the kicks, I've got a whole bunch of different kick drums in here of different types. And I've always wondered, whenever I drag a sample over one of these pads, there's these symbols here, and I always wondered, like, what are those about? Well, it turns out that those are all about assigning multiple samples to a drum pad. So if I want to go ahead and assign this sample to this drum pad, it doesn't matter which one of these I drag it over because it's just one sample. So I could drop it here still, and it's just, there we have it. Okay, and if I go over here and take this sample and drag it over and do the same thing, it's gonna replace it with that sample. Okay, however, if I wanted to assign samples across all four of these pads here, I could select 4 samples, and then when I drag those over, if I choose the bottom, you'll see that it's actually going to assign to all 4 pads. So that's what the symbol that has multiple at the bottom down here. Now, alternatively, if I choose this middle thing here, it's actually going to assign multiple samples to the one pad. So let's go ahead and clear this out. So I'm going to go ahead and select all 4 of these, right click on it, and tell it just to remove all the samples. I'm also going to right click and tell it to reset all the pads so that we're just back to normal. By the way, these up here just shift the key range assigned to the pads. So these are the ones that are like starting with C1 and above. The third one, that one's selected by default. So if I take the 4 here and I assign it to this, and I choose the middle assignment, it will assign all 4 samples to the one pad. And as you can see here, you've got each sample, and it's actually set up with different velocity ranges for each sample. So if I hit it really soft, we hear the first one. If I go a little bit harder, we get the 4th one. If I do like a little below that, yeah, it's that one. Okay, and then a little bit less than that. Now, of course, that makes sense if you've got three or 4 samples that are different. Different, the same kind of drum sound, but different, different levels. Just the same, you can also take something like, let's take like a more, generic kick and assign it here, okay, just so it's one sample. You can also take another sample and you can assign that and drag it over the 3rd one at the very top, and that will basically add it as a second or additional sample. And yeah, let's make this so like it requires it be like really high. So let's just say like 115. Yeah, 115 to 127. Why is it turning into 125 though? I want 115. It's not allowing that for some reason. Weird. Oh, I guess you can also do this. You can like adjust it like that. So that's nice. So yeah, that's how you assign the samples, and of course, you have a lot of options for modifying the samples. They're setting for each ones, it seems like. Seems to apply to both. But yeah, you have all the options there. So that's how you assign samples to the pads and create your own kits in Groove Agent. After you're done creating a kit, you can just click on Save Kit and then save it. It'll pop up in this little window here. You can give it a name down here and save it. and categorize it and make it a preset that's available in the media browser, so you can just load it into a track in the future.